Welcome back, guys. Max here. Now, if you'd seen yesterday's video about the Hellriegel nerf, today's video is all about the Automatico M1918 and the MP18 buff. What DICE appear to be doing is they are basically nerfing the Hellriegel and then buffing the other SMGs within the game, I'm assuming to try and get us to use something different within the assault class. Now, when I say us, I mean you, because obviously I don't particularly run the assault class anyway. I like to snipe. I'm one of those guys. So, they are planning on buffing both of these variants, and like I say, I think it's all a matter of they're trying to encourage the use of other weapons within the game. Now, the MP18, let's start there, because the MP18's buff is actually very, very interesting. They are reducing the vertical recoil from 0.38 to 0.35. Now, I can only assume that is across the board on all variants, but the next point, the next buff, I guess you want to say, is they're reducing the experimental's third shot recoil multiplier from 1.8 to 1.5, and they've doubled the experimental spread decrease per second in aim down sight. So basically they've made the experimental model of the MP18, which I don't know many people that run this gun whatsoever, and I remember DICE offered us a challenge to unlock some of the other guns in the game, and one of them was running this particular variant, and it's nowhere near as good as the trench or even the optical version. So they're trying to encourage us to use this gun, and by reading this, if these stats make it into the core game, and you have to remember that this is all in the CTE, so it is subject to change, but if these stats make it into the core game, then the experimental could all of a sudden start being quite an accurate, powerhouse laser beam of death. So look out for that, and if you've got access to the CTE, jump in there and give the MP18 a whirl on all the variants and just see how that feels. I haven't had opportunity to jump into the CTE at this point and test out the MP18. I have tested out the Automatico, and the gameplay in the background is going to be a mixture of Automatico gameplay from the CTE and then regular gameplay with the Automatico in the core game. And the reason I did that is I just wanted to give you guys a comparison, and plus the fact the graphical quality in the CTE right now is not fantastic and really doesn't make for uploading particularly good videos. I know the PC guys have got access to a little bit of a higher quality, and that's because of their systems, but the console version of the CTE is a little grainy, and I just don't like the video quality, so that's why you're not seeing too much from the CTE right now. I'm sure they'll change it over a period of time, but right here, right now, I prefer the video quality to be a little higher visually. So there's the MP18 done. Let's move on to the Automatico, because this one I find very, very interesting, and it is a gun that if I am in the assault class, I do enjoy running the Automatico. I really do think it's a powerhouse. Could do with some more bullets, but then we'll be in the realm of overpoweredness, the same as the Hellriegel. But anyway, what are they planning on doing to the Automatico? They're going to reduce the vertical recoil from 0.44 to 0.40. Now, I have played with this in the CTE, as I've stated, and it makes a tremendous difference. The Storm version is an absolute laser beam in the CTE. Almost ridiculous. I think this is they've gone a little bit too far here. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Increase the horizontal recoil from 0.8 to 1.2. Can't say you really feel that too much. They've increased the trench and storm first shot recoil multiplier from 2.65 to 2.8. So they're giving with one hand and taking away from the other. But again, you don't really experience this too much. They've decreased the factory's first shot recoil multiplier from 2.65 to 2.33, and they've increased the factory's recoil decrease from 12 to 16. So again, they're giving with one hand, slightly taking away with another, but the factory variant actually now is pretty viable, to be honest with you. It wasn't a bad gun in the core game anyway. The Storm just beats it out. But as you can tell by the the decrease from 2.65 to 2.33, that's quite a hell of a first shot recoil multiplier decrease, and certainly makes the gun more accurate. You will notice the Storm in the CTE. If you haven't tried it, go and give it a go, guys. This thing is an absolute laser beam. It's, like I say, it's borderline ridiculous. So those are the two buffs that they're planning on doing to the MP18 and the Automatico M1918. And they do make a hell of a difference. Haven't really had opportunity to try out the MP18, as I already said. But strongly urge you guys, if you haven't, jump in the CTE if you have access. and give the Automatico a whirl. And let me say this as well, if you are in the CTE, as fun as it is to play the new maps and all the new game modes and all the new guns and all that kind of stuff, we haven't got all the guns right just yet, but you know what I'm saying, make sure to go over to DICE's Battlefield Reddit page. It'll be the Battlefield_live page, and leave some feedback on the page. The purpose of the CTE is to give DICE feedback, not just treat it as an extension of the main game. Go and give them some feedback. If we don't tell DICE from a console perspective what we want changed or how we want it changed or what we have to say, then DICE are not going to hear us, in which case it's kind of defeating the object of us getting access to the CTE. So go over there, give it a blast, leave a comment, leave a message, whatever you'd like to see changed. Personally speaking, I think there's too many horses in it right now, but that I've seen that documented all over Reddit. But go over there, share your points, share your opinions, use the CTE to the maximum of our advantage, and so we can get the game tweaked more towards a console perspective, not just from the PC point of view. PC guys are in there rattling off comments and making suggestions and all that kind of stuff, and we need to get over there and do the same thing ourselves so that we can see some of the changes that we want implemented within the game and make it better from a console standpoint as well as on PC. So that being said, there's me lecturing you guys as to what to go and do. So I will now close the video out, and thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you again in another video up tomorrow, I believe, and I'll catch you then. Ta-da.